What is? How do you know?
Hare Krishna. You are able to hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, Prabhuji.
All of you can mute now. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadami Nadadeva Mandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Shri Guru Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Nitamtam Sadevam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijanam Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Bhagavad Sahagana Lalita Shri Vichakham Nitamcha Namaom Vishnupadaya Krishna Mrishaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyad Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Krishna. So, all of you could read the remaining introduction, life sketch. That was homework. Okay. So, before beginning, I would like to hear from you some recap from yesterday, some points. Then we'll move ahead 5 minutes. We'll do some recap so that I know how much you remember what we discussed in yesterday's. So we'll start with then first chapter. Yes. I would like to say one more point. You have to just say briefly.
Hare Krishna. So yesterday in preface, we understood from Prabhupada's purpose, and Prabhupada said that how important it is to have this Srimad Bhagavatam in every even schools and colleges, because all problems, even if we are technologically and everything advanced, but basic human goal of life, which can, whatever gap is there, for dissatisfaction, stress, anxiety, and unfulfillment, that will only be getting, what we can say, fulfilled only by studying, by applying this Srimad Bhagavatam in our own life. So it is very important to.
So this statement was very Srimad Bhagavatam is a cultural presentation for re-spiritualization of the entire human society. Yes, so that was very touching. So that is one point.
Thank you. Yes. Anybody else? Who else would like to say? Yes, Acha, you raised the hand. Let me see. Sachi Sundari Mataji.
Prabhuji, you told about like how canto first and 1 and 2 are lotus feet of the Lord, and then 3 and 4 they are thighs of the Lord, 5th is navel, 6th is chest, 7 and 8 arms, and then 9 is throat, and then lotus face, 11 forehead, and 12th canto is the upper head. And how 10 subjects
yeah,
are also you talked about that. Should I say that also?
Anybody remember the verse?
Whatever.
Verse. Sarga Visarga. Acha. Anybody knows the verse? Madan Mohanpur, you know the verse?
Yes. Prabhuji, yesterday we discussed that how
No, the
the
verse.
Lord is.
I'm asking the verse, you know, that verse 10 topics.
Yes. Atra sargo visargascha sthanam poshanamudaya means what is the creation of the Lord, what is the creation of the Brahma, how is maintains, what are the different, how we're going to get back to Godhead, science of Godhead.
Atra sarga visargasya sthanam poshanamudaya manvantre ishanukatha nirodha muktirashraya. So these are the 10 topics.
Prabhuji, what is the source of this verse? Can you just give, we can...
Oh, this is in Bhagavatam only. You'll have to see in the Veda base.
Oh, okay. Thank
Atra sarga visarga. 10 topics discussed in all 12 cantos. Yeah. Okay. Madan Mohan, tell your point. What point you are telling?
Yes,
Madan
Prabhuji?
Mohan, please tell your point. What you are telling.
Yes, means there are 10 topics. Atra means what is the creation of the Lord, what is the creation of the Brahma, then what are the different planetary systems, how they are maintained, then what are the different kathas, you can say, adventures, how to go back to Godhead, how to liberate, and how to go to take shelter of the Lord. These are the 10 topics which are specified in the verse.
Yes. Thank you. Somebody has messaged the verse number 210.1. Shobha Lakshmi. 210.1, I think this was. Yeah. Okay. Anybody else? Would like to share some points? From yesterday's class? Nobody? 20 participants we have. Only 2 shared. What about others? Yeah, Sandeep Sambhus Prabhu. Yes.
Yes. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Bhagavatam is a nectar that everyone should read and listen, so that he will know the source of all, and with the help of this Bhagavatam, one gets a relation with the God, knows his duty, and he will get God realized. What purpose of this Bhagavatam?
Yeah, very good. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, anybody else?
And Prabhupada so beautifully he started now with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu person Bhagavat and Bhagavatam both. So that is very important, how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mood and he practically Krishna came again as a Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, is avatari, is not avatari, and he showed practically how to do this bhakti. And these beautiful points you also mentioned, that Bhagavad Gita and Chaitanya Charitamrita, like the difference. Then Krishna said, how to do surrender. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually came, and the whole description about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Prabhupada has given in the actually introduction part.
Yeah, thank you so much, Haribhav. Okay, many hands are up. Anuj, go ahead, bro.
Regarding Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then like you told like how about different avatars, how Narsingh Dev is most powerful, Rama is powerful and beautiful, Krishna is powerful, beautiful and wonderful, and Lord Chaitanya is powerful, beautiful, wonderful, and also merciful.
Haribhav. Thank you. Tulsi Priya Mataji.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. You said material form means limitation, and spiritual form is no limitation. Lord is a person, not impersonal features.
Shobha said about that. Yeah, good. Thank you. Yes. Well, let me see. Chaya. Shobha Lakshmi Mataji has spoken, na? So yes, ma'am. Yeah. Chaya Deshpande Mataji. Yes. Yes. Unmute and speak.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. This material word is 1/4 and spiritual word is 3/4.
We saw about all the 3 different incarnation of Lord Vishnu, Karnadaksha, Garvadakshay, Shirodakshay, and that cover of the Bhagavatam. Yeah. Thank you. Yashika Ahuja.
Mute होतो, unmute करायचं.
मला तुम्ही परत सांगा मला तुम्हाला बोलायला
Prabhuji, you told us one quote. Basically, politicians may change, but politics will not change. Only problem is lack of Krishna consciousness, not other problems.
Yes, good. Bhaktivedanta Thakur says that. Yeah. Chaya Deshpande Mataji, please mute your mic. Then you speak and unmute, and when done, then please mute back. Who else? No, those who have spoken, it's all right. Now, those who have not spoken, I have to hear from them. Those who have not spoken, I want everybody to participate, not only few. One last point, somebody, those who have not spoken.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, yes.
Prabhuji, that now in this age, how the Krishna Srimad Bhagavatam will bring the revolution in this age. So that is a lack of the Krishna consciousness in this society. So we have to, everybody, it's a duty of everybody to study the Srimad Bhagavatam and make our lives.
Tadvag Visargo Janadaga. That verse comes. Prabhupada says. And although there may be some defects in this literature, but still those who are advanced, they will take the sar and they will consider this Bhagavatam as the essence and not see some mistake in the presentation. There may be some mistakes in the presentation. That one will not consider. Okay. So now, fine, now we'll go ahead. Thank you for your contribution. But I want that everybody should participate in our discussions. And not that somebody is hiding behind the camera. Everybody should speak. So we'll start with the chapter first. And hopefully you have this Subodhini with you. Subodhini is very important. So you all know, mute somebody's mic. Bhaja Hari Prabhu, please mute yourself. Now, those who unmute, there will put some points by which they in the exam the marks will be reduced. Unnecessary those who disturb me in the class. So make sure your mic is unmute when you speak, and when your spoken done, then mute it back. Otherwise, unnecessary others. Otherwise, your marks will be reduced in exam. Yeah, so now this is the unit 1. Unit 1, as we know, this 2 chapters we are covering. And in this whole first canto, it is divided into 3 parts. Part A, Part B, Part C. Open your Subodhini. Subodhini everybody must have. Subodhini is must. Otherwise, it will be difficult.
We were like not aware, like this announcement was not made about Subodhini, but we can.
Oh. How many of you have Subodhini? You can raise hand in the Zoom raise hand. Let me see. How many of you have Subodhini? Let's see. 3, 4. Out of 22, how many have? 4 of you. That's all. Only 4 have Subodhini. My God. Please take Subodhini. It's a very, very nice book. You know? Subodhini. Bhagavatam made very, very easy. 5 of you are just raising hand. Means 15, 16 of you don't have. Take this, available in NVCC. Very, very good. The whole, this is given. Bhagavatam flow chart, which is so nice. You can know what is there in the first canto. Complete overview. So it's a must. Subodhini. It's a great effort taken by Gaurang Darshan Prabhu to present Bhagavatam very easily. Subodhini. Made easy. So 3 parts in the first canto. Part A deals with the 6 questions asked by the sages of Naimisharanya. That is part A. And then part B deals with the how Bhagavatam came about. Bhagavatam kaise aaya, how Bhagavatam came. Next time I also will see that we have PPT also of this Bhagavatam by Gaurang Darshan only. That I will download, and from next time we can see the PPT also. It will help to see this flow chart. But you also next time get Subodhini. That will also be helpful. So part B discusses about the history of Srimad Bhagavatam, and part C deals with Parikshit Maharaj's history, about his activity, birth. So part A is the 6 questions asked by the sages of Naimisharanya, and then part B, the history of Srimad Bhagavatam, how it came, and part C is the history of Parikshit Maharaj and his life, like that. So total there are 19 chapters in the first canto. In this first unit, we are covering the first 2 chapters. So part A, in which the 6 questions and the answers, they are first, second, and third chapters, like that. 3 chapters. So 2 chapters at least we are going to cover. So first chapter is entitled Questions by the Sages. Now, so this is a conversation between sages of Naimisharanya and Suta Goswami, Shaunakadi Rishis and Suta Goswami. So this Suta Goswami was present when he heard from Shukadeva Goswami, and Parikshit Maharaj was hearing. And that time, actually, Shukadeva Goswami announces, because Shukadeva Goswami is also 3 Kalpne, so he also knew what will happen in future. So he calls Suta Goswami and says, you, Suta, in future, you will be speaking the same Bhagavatam in Naimisharanya. That time only he declares, during Parikshit Maharaj and all of them are hearing. So Suta Goswami also heard as much as Parikshit Maharaj heard very attentively. All of these sages were quite attentive while hearing the whole Srimad Bhagavatam, 7 days and 7 nights. So that time there was no online Zoom. That was all offline. They are sitting in the front and hearing. So there is no question of switching off the camera and doing something, taking a break and coming back. So no break was given by Shukadeva Goswami. Continuous flow. And all of them also didn't ask any break. That was their capacity. Our capacity is only 2 hours. Neither I have that capacity nor you. So, but still, we can get the same benefit of what Parikshit Maharaj got, Suta Goswami heard that time. So, during that time when Shukadeva Goswami was speaking, about to start, so that time there the demigods came. All the demigods came headed by Indra, and they came to know that here is going to be Bhagavad Katha. So they were very much interested in Bhagavad Katha, but they didn't have pure intentions. So Indra, what he did, he came with a Amrut from Swarga, Kalash, golden pot filled with Amrut. And he said to Shukadeva Goswami, please come to the side. I want to privately talk with you. Shukadeva Goswami said, kya hai? Abhi shuru hona hai. Bhagavatam, Bhakti Vaibhava is going to start. What happened? What you are asking? No, Indra said, private. Okay. Shukadeva Goswami came, and then Indra said to him, see this, your student, Parikshit Maharaj, he has got a curse that Takshak is going to come and bite him. We have a very, very, very powerful solution for that. What is the solution? We have got the Amrut from heaven, which is there in the heaven. Heaven se import karke laye Amrut, Shuddha Amrut hai. No mixture of anything. And this Amrut, if you give to Parikshit Maharaj, he will not die even if that Takshak comes and bites. And you come and give this Amrut of Srimad Bhagavatam in our Swargaloka. You will have more audience. You will have 33 crore demigods hearing there. Ajao there. Nice. So if, just imagine, now Parikshit Maharaj bhi udhar hi nazdik the. Unhone bhi sun liya. So now if you are in the place of Parikshit Maharaj And when you hear this, that demigods have come with this proposal, अमृत ले लो, तुमको तक्षक के डांस करने से कुछ भी नहीं होगा. Nothing will happen. So what you will do if you are in the place of Parikshit Maharaj? If Indra comes with such proposal, you overhear what he is speaking with Shukadeva Goswami. What you will do, sir? Honestly, what to say? Nobody is saying anything.
He will take the Amrita.
And take the Amrit? How
In
many of
our
you will take
conditioned
the
state.
We will take Amrit.
Which Amrit?
Indra Amrut.
The Indra Amrit.
Amrit.
Because वो तक्षक का टेंशन है ना, वो तक्षक कैसे आएगा बीच में, he will bite and everybody is afraid of death. Yeah, Takshi is going to come. How many of you will say no to the Amrut here? And you will say to Shukadeva Goswami, no, I want to hear Katha Amrut of Srimad Bhagavatam Katha. I don't want the Amrut of heaven. Anybody here? Seriously, sincerely? Nobody? Everybody will jump. Oh, Shukadeva Goswami, please take that Amrut. Give me that Amrut and you can go and give Katha in the heaven. No problem. Parikshit Maharaj didn't say anything, and Shukadeva Goswami also understood Parikshit Maharaj. And Shukadeva Goswami became so angry at the demigods, and he said, "You rascals, you get out. If you would have come here for hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, then I would have allowed you. But you are comparing this third class Amrut of heaven with the Amrut of Katha Amrut." Oh, who is this? Yes, Rose, you will take both. Best of both, eh? Somebody is answering. Best of both. Both you cannot get. Only one of that. The demigods had come with a proposal. So even if somebody would have been like an ordinary person in place of Shukadeva Goswami, he would have thought, अरे वाह, कथा, स्वर्ग में कथा करने को मिल रहा है, अच्छा है. स्वर्ग में audience भी ज़्यादा रहेगा. And there you will get nice remuneration also after the katha, and you will enjoy there. You will get a lot of facility also. 33 crore demigods are there. और अच्छा है. और परीक्षित महाराज को इधर अमृत दे देते, ये साधारण. चलो, plan change. Okay, all of you suggest, if you want to come to Swargaloka. I am going to Swargaloka. And Parikshit Maharaj solution हो गया. चलो, I am going now. ऐसा Shukadeva Goswami said, you chastised the demigods. And who is raised hand? Sandeep Sambhu's raised hand. Yes.
Fear of is much more. Fear of death is much more.
Yeah, fear of death is much more. That's true. But for a pure devotee, he doesn't. For him, the fear is just like the Gauranga Guru says, for a normal, ordinary person, fear is destruction of the body. And for pure devotee, fear is distraction of the mind. So for a pure devotee, the fear is distraction, and for an ordinary soul, the fear is destruction. Destruction of the body na ho jaye. But great advanced souls, they are afraid of distraction of the mind. Just like yesterday, I just wanted to quote this incident. Yesterday, when I was coming from our program from Baudan, night, almost it was like 10:30, 11 o'clock. In auto, we were coming, me and the auto wala, after the program in Baudan at the house of Madan Mohan Prabhu and Mataji. So there at the CNG pump, there our auto was going, and another luxury bus was going on that bridge. So it climbed the bridge for some time, and the driver lost control, and that bus broke the barrier of the bridge, and it fell right in front of us. That whole bus, luxury bus, and we were just like 10 feet away, our auto. I saw in front of that how the bus from the bridge, it came flying down and crashed on the road only. It was such a sound, tumultuous sound. And there was a car in front of us, and behind the car, our auto was there. That car was also saved. Bus did land on us. Bus is like a 10 feet distance. We were so shocked, and then we went, and actually from such a height, the bus fell from the bridge. So then all the people came, and then they opened the emergency that door and broke the glass, and people were having blood all over their body. And because the night 11 o'clock, people might be sleeping, and this driver actually ran away from there. He must have drunk, or he lost control. And many people were injured inside, like that. It came in newspaper also today. So it was like close encounter with death. It was like very near at night. So everybody is afraid. It's not the exception. Everybody is afraid of death. We don't want to die. We want to protect the body. So for us, destruction is the fear, destruction of the body. But for a great soul, distraction of the mind is the fear. So Parikshit Maharaj didn't think so much about, anyway, we have to die. Actually, he had option. He would have counter-cursed also, Sringi. He could have nullified. Prabhupada writes, he had the power to nullify the curse. But he didn't anyway. So he was not afraid. That's why he accepted it. So then Shukdev Goswami also chastises this demigod, and he says, how are you comparing the Bhagavatam Kathamrit with this third class Amrit? Get out. You are insulting the Kathamrit. He drove them away. Like that. So anyway, so there Sudha Goswami was also there, who heard it and then repeated as it is to sages of Naimisharanya later. And the amazing thing is Vyasdev, he is sitting in the audience. Now Vyasdev himself has spoken this to Shukdev Goswami. Now he is hearing it. And not only he is hearing from Shukdev Goswami, he later heard from Sutta Goswami also. He was there present in Naimisharanya also this time. Like that, Vyasdev spoke the knowledge to Shukdev Goswami. He himself heard in Shukatal, where Shukdev Goswami spoke, and then he heard in Naimisharanya. It is not that once you speak means I only will speak every time. I will not hear. The speakers also should hear. Who is a good hearer, he only can become a good speaker. So sometimes when you become very good speaker and you keep on speaking, then one loses the habit of hearing. So that is not good. So hearing should continuously go on. So Vyasdev himself is hearing. He is sitting here in the audience along with Narada Muni. They both. So this is the chapter which discusses about the questions, 6 questions asked by the sages. Yeah. So in this, there are divisions. So first division is the first verse speaks about the definition of the absolute truth. What is the absolute truth? That is the first verse. Janmadhyasya anvayad. So that is definition of the absolute truth. Second verse speaks about the glories of Srimad Bhagavatam. And then third verse speaks about the invitation to relish Srimad Bhagavatam. So generally, so there are 3 things Vishwanath Chakra Thakur says. Whenever somebody writes the book, he begins with 3 things. One is Namaskar, second is Vastu Nirdesh, Namaskar, Vastu Nirdesh, and I think the third thing I just forgot was Namaskar is the first verse, Vastu Nirdesh is the second, and third is I just forgot. I think Falashruti, like that. I'll just find out. Ashirvad. Yeah, thank you. Namaskar, Vastu Nirdesh, and Ashirvad. So this first verse is Namaskar. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Namaskar. And the Vastu Nirdesh is the matter in the Srimad Bhagavatam, what all will be discussed. Dharma Prochita Kaitavatra, that verse. And then third verse speaks about the Ashirvad, one who is, he will hear what benefit he will get. Or like Falasrutya, same. Nigma Kalpataro Galitam Phalam Prayojan. Or it can be Sambandha Abhideya Prayojan. First verse is Sambandha, Krishna, is Krishna. And Abhideya is the process, what we need to do. And then the Prayojan is what we will achieve. So like that. Either you see a Sambandha Abhideya Prayojan or a Namaskar, Vastu Nirdesh and Ashirvad. Yeah, these first three verses are very, very important and they are elaborately discussed. So that is called prelude. Then from 4 to 8 verses discuss about how these sages glorify Suta Goswami. So that is actually the protocol or the etiquette. The audience, they actually glorify the speaker and express their fortune of getting the association and hearing from that person. So 4 to 8, the sages glorify Suta Goswami. 1 to 3 is the prelude. And then 9 to 23, the sages, they then ask these 6 questions, expressing their eagerness to hear. 9 to 23. So they ask these 6 questions. And then in answer to that, then the next, the second and third chapter, there are answers. So like that, 1 to 3 is the prelude, 4 to 8 sages glorify Suta Goswami, and 9 to 23 are all the questions asked by the sages, headed by Shaunakadi, Shaunak Rishi. Yeah. Okay, we'll go to the verse. Yeah. So what we'll do, so we'll recite the verse first, then we'll read the translation and then the purport, and then we'll discuss. But not every time we'll read the whole purport. The purports are huge. But some part of it we'll read and we'll discuss. So everybody has Srimad Bhagavatam now in front of them. Either a book or on the Vedabase. Either book Bhagavat or online Bhagavat, mobile Bhagavat, laptop Bhagavat. Something should be there. Yesterday somebody didn't have Bhagavat. Everybody have now, no? Okay. So you can repeat after me this first verse. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Janmadhyasya yato anvayaditarastah charteshva abhigya swarat. Tene brahmaridhaya dikavaye muhyanti yat suraya. Tejo vari mridam yatha vinimayo yatra trisargo mrisha.
Tejo vari mridam yatha trisargo mrisha.
Amna svena sada nirasta kuhakam satyam param dhimahi. So, Anuj Goyal Prabhu, you can read first verse.
Translation. O my Lord, Shri Krishna, son of Vasudev, O all-pervading personality of Godhead, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. I meditate upon Lord Shri Krishna because he is the absolute truth and the primeval cause of all causes of the creation, sustenance, and destruction of the manifested universes. He is directly and indirectly conscious of all manifestations, and he is independent because there is no other cause beyond him. It is he only who first imparted the Vedic knowledge unto the heart of Brahmaji, the original living being. By him, even the great sages and demigods are placed into illusion, as one is bewildered by the illusory representation of water seen in fire or land seen on water. Only because of him do the material universes temporarily manifested by the reactions of the three modes of nature appear factual, although they are unreal. I therefore meditate upon him, Lord Sri Krishna, who is eternally existent in the transcendental abode, which is forever free from the illusory representations of the material world. I meditate upon him, for he is the absolute truth.
Again, read the purport also. Some portion will read.
Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Obeisances unto the personality of Godhead Vasudev directly indicate Lord Sri Krishna, who is the divine son of Vasudev and Devaki. This fact will be more explicitly explained in the text of this work. Sri Vyasdev asserts herein that Sri Krishna is the original personality of Godhead, and all others are his direct or indirect plenary portions or portions of the portion. Srila Jeev Goswami has even more explicitly explained the subject matter in his Krishna Sandarbha, and Brahma, the original living being, has explained the subject of Sri Krishna substantially in his treatise named Brahma Samhita. In an Upanishad in the Sam Veda, it is also stated that Lord Sri Krishna is the divine son of Devaki. Therefore, in this prayer, the first proposition holds that Lord Sri Krishna is the primeval Lord. And if any transcendental nomenclature is to be understood as belonging to the absolute personality of Godhead, it must be the name indicated by the word Krishna, which means the all-attractive. In Bhagavad Gita, in many places, the Lord asserts himself to be the original personality of Godhead. And this is confirmed by Arjuna and also by great sages like Narada, Vyasa, and many others. In the Padma Puran, it is also stated that out of the innumerable forms of the Lord, innumerable names of the Lord, the name of Krishna is the principal one. Vasudev indicates the plenary portion of the personality of Godhead, and all the different forms of the Lord, being identical with Vasudev, are indicated in this text. The name Vasudev particularly indicates the divine son of Vasudev and Devaki. Sri Krishna is always meditated upon by the Paramhansas, who are perfected ones among those in the renounced order of life.
One more paragraph.
Vasudev or Lord Sri Krishna is the cause of all causes. Everything that exists emanates from the Lord. How this is so is explained in later chapters of this work. This work is described by Mahaprabhu Sri Chaitanya as the spotless Purana because it contains the transcendental narration of the personality of Godhead Sri Krishna. The history of Srimad Bhagavatam is also very glorious. It was compiled by Sri Vyasdev after he had attained maturity in transcendental knowledge. He wrote this under the instructions of Sri Naradji, his spiritual master. Vyasdev compiled all Vedic literatures containing the 4 divisions of the Vedas, the Vedanta Sutras or the Brahma Sutras, the Puranas, the Mahabharata, and so on. But nevertheless, he was not satisfied. His dissatisfaction was observed by his spiritual master, and thus Narada advised him to write on the transcendental activities of Lord Sri Krishna. These transcendental activities are described specifically in the 10th canto of this work. But in order to reach to the very substance, one must proceed gradually by developing knowledge of the categories.
Okay. So this is the first verse. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So, so it is like how Lord is described here. So Om, so Radhakam Prabhu gives the example, just like Om is like the impersonal aspect. Bhagavate is Bhagwan. It's like the localized aspect that is like Paramatma. And then the name Vasudev is like the Bhagwan aspect. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So just like government of India, like Om, Brahman, government, okay. Then somebody is leading the government. Yes, the Prime Minister is leading. It's like Bhagavate, second aspect. And then Narendra Modi, his name, Vasudeva. His name is what? Vasudev. So Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Three aspects of the Lord is described. So this actually is one of the Vedanta Sutra. So as we know, there are 500 and something 550 Vedanta Sutras written by Vyasadeva. And Srimad Bhagavatam is the commentary on those Vedanta Sutras. So this is also one of the Vedanta Sutra where Janma Adhyasya. These are like sutras which are elaborated here. So this sutra is there in the Vedanta Sutra and which here is elaborated. So this is description of the absolute truth. The absolute truth here, now there are various features of the absolute truth which are described. So if you have Subodhani, you can see the page 192. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has given 5 different meanings of the same verse. We may not go in those details because they are quite esoteric also. So how this verse means, one is absolute truth, which even Prabhupada repeats. But then Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur also, this also is describing Lord Krishna's beautiful form, this verse. This is also describing about Rasa Leela. That is the third meaning of the verse. Fourth meaning is Radha and Krishna combined together. Their beauty is described here in this verse. And finally, Bhakti Yoga. So this verse also describes about Bhakti Yoga. So this is Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. From the same verse, he has derived different meanings. And they are very technically right also according to Sanskrit. But we will not go in all those details. But just at least remember this. The 5 different things this verse refers to. First, somebody's mic is on. Whose mic is on? Now marks are cut for them. Madan Mohan Prabhu's mic is on. So just 1 mark cut in the exam. I will write down now. किसके mark cut करना है? I will note down now henceforth. So please be aware. Please keep your mics off whenever they are told to be off. So which are the 5 things this verse refers to? First is about the absolute truth. Second is about Krishna's form. Third is about Rasa Leela or conjugal rasa. Then fourth is Radha and Krishna together. And fifth is Bhakti Yoga. These 5 things, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says that this verse actually tells about different aspects. But we'll just see how this verse describes about the absolute truth. So now Janma Dasyata. Now Janma Adi. Janma and Adi means etc. Janma, birth, maintenance, and then destruction. Adi means. So all these 3, the creation, maintenance, and destruction of the universe. The cause of these 3 is this absolute truth. This is the first feature. Like that, various features of the absolute truth are described. The first feature is, he is the cause of Srishti, Sthiti, Pralaya. Creation, maintenance and destruction. Or simple, you can remember God. Generator, operator, destroyer. God. So he is the cause of all these three. That's why it's Janmadi Asya Yataha. Then second characteristic, Anvayad Itarascha. So now Prabhupada tells Anvayad Itarascha Charteshu Abhigya. Abhigya means he is aware. Now Anvayad and Itaras. So Prabhupada writes Anvayad means directly, Itaras means indirectly. The Lord is directly, indirectly aware of everything what is happening in this universe. So why directly and indirectly? Directly, he is aware as as a person directly, and indirectly is through his energy. Through his energy, like Durga Devi is the in charge. So she is also managing. So through her, Lord knows, and himself he directly also knows. So it's like directly and indirectly he is aware of the universe. So just like a big person of owner of a company, sometimes he also visits and sees kya ho raha hai company mein. Rarely sometimes he comes. And he directly also sees ki kya chal raha hai, kya gadbad ho raha hai, what who is doing. Once in a while. He knows the pulse of the company. That's why sometimes he comes. So directly he comes to know, and indirectly through his managing director, through the CEO, they give the report, and indirectly he comes to know. So directly, indirectly. So that is the meaning. Where Lord directly also, as he is the Karmadaksha Vishnu, Garbhodaksha Vishnu, Kshurudaksha Vishnu, he also sees directly, but indirectly through material nature. So he is abhigya. He is aware. But Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur gives another meaning of Anvayad and Itaras. Itaras. So what meaning he gives is that Lord is, now the Prabhupada's meaning we saw directly, indirectly, but Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is telling that Anvayad and Itaratas also means Lord is the material cause and Lord is the efficient cause of the universe. Now you may say, what is this? So they are called Upadan Karan and Nimitta Karan. Upadan Karan and Nimitta Karan. So, just like example is given, when you make a pot, the potter makes a pot. When the pot is made by the Kumbhar, now when the pot is ready, there are two causes of the pot. What are the two causes? वो pot किसके वजह से हो गया? What are the two causes? Can anybody guess?
Kumbar and mud.
Clay and
Mud
water.
and kumbar. Mud.
Mud. Acha. And
Kumbar, who is making that pot?
Okay, and fine. Who answer? No. So you can actually raise hand whenever I ask. So that, yeah. Okay, yeah. So you're right. First is the mud, earth is one cause. Second is the person, potter is the cause. So the mud is called the material cause, and the potter is called the efficient cause. So the earth is called the Upadan Karan and the potter is called the Nimitta Karan. So for anything, there are like these two causes, Upadan and the Nimitta Karan, the material cause and the efficient cause. So here it is said that Lord is both for this universe. He is the Upadan Karan also and he is the Nimitta Karan also. He is the material cause also and he is the efficient cause also for this universe. So that is what Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur tells. Is it clear? Yeah. Yeah. Itaras, Anvayad Itarascha, Artheshu, Abhigya,
So, Prabhuji,
Swarat.
Anvayad is the material cause or is it the efficient cause? Anvayad?
Material. Terus is efficient. Yeah. So this is given. This is the second characteristic, right? Or according to Prabhupada, directly, indirectly. ये नहीं आया तो both are right, as I said. Both are right. And the third characteristic feature of the absolute is Swarat. He is fully independent. So he is the Swarat. He is the owner. He can do anything. Nobody can question. He is the Swarat. So the absolute truth is Swarat. He can do whatever he wills, and there can be no obstruction in his will. So can anybody in this world say, I am Swarat? One may say, but there are so many obstacles in our execution of anything. Is it not? So when you want to execute something, you have desire something, then there are so many people who will oppose. Is it not? And ultimately, finally, you may not be able to execute your will. Although you may be the head of the family. You may say, ye aisa hi hona chahiye ghar mein. But then the wife says, no, we should have like this. Then children say, no. And then finally you end up in something else. So you have experience. You want to be Swarat, but then there are so many obstacles that then you understand I am not really Swarat. Is it not? But for the Lord, it's not like that. So even if we see nowadays democracy, that is the disadvantage. In democracy, the head of the state or the prime minister, he doesn't have absolute power. And even though he wants to implement some things for the betterment of the people, he is not Swarat. In democracy, the power is with whom? Power is with prime minister, head of the state, or
people who elect the government.
People have a lot of power. That is democracy. Yeah, by the people, for the people, of the people. You say, no? So even if the prime minister wants to implement some rule, people, if they don't want, they can actually, he may have to repeal the law. We see, no? Prime minister repeals. They have to take back the law. And even the judiciary, which is there, they also are independent of the government. You know that Chief Justice of India, or the Prime Minister also doesn't have absolute power. So Swarat, nobody can say I am Swarat in this world. Whatever I desire, that will happen. Everybody, you may desire, but there are so many obstacles. But for a Lord, it's not like that. He is Swarat, means he is absolute Swarat. If he decides something to happen, he will do it. There can be no obstacle. We see like Lord, although so small, 7 years old boy, he wanted that all the Vrajavasis should not worship Indra and they should worship Govardhan. वो करके ही रहे. Finally, 7 साल का बच्चा, he convinced all the Vrajavasis, and he even crushed the pride of Indra. So there can be no obstacle in the desire of Lord. His desire is absolute. Nobody can pose any obstacle for him. So that's why it's called Swarat. Okay. Then, so first characteristic, what we saw? First was the creation, maintenance, and destruction is the cause. Second is what? Yes. Second feature, you have to count the features which are described.
Directly and indirectly.
Directly, indirectly.
Aware.
Yeah. Third is the Swarat.
Swarat.
Then fourth is one who revealed the Vedas to Brahma. Tene Brahma Hridayadi Kavaye. So he revealed he first imparted his knowledge unto the heart of Brahma. Tene Brahmaridha Adi Kavaye. So he is one who revealed this knowledge to Brahma from within. So that is another characteristic. The Lord actually spoke this Chatushloki Bhagavatam in the 4 verses. Just like Chatushloki Gita is there, Chatushloki Bhagavatam. So that is in the 2nd canto. So Lord spoke and gave this knowledge within the heart of Brahma. Brahma understood and then Brahma passed it down the line like that. This is the 4th characteristic. One who revealed the Vedas or this knowledge to Brahma within his mind. Then 5th, Muhyanti Yat Suraya, means who is very difficult to be understood by even great souls. Absolute truth is one who is difficult to be understood even by great souls. When great souls get bewildered, Muhyanti. So even great people get bewildered by Lord's display. Can somebody tell somebody who got bewildered by Lord's potency? There is example in Srimad Bhagavatam. Lord Brahma. Okay. Brahma, how he got bewildered? That is Brahma Human Lila, you are saying? Nishakirti Bro? Huh? Okay. Shobha Lakshmi Mataji. Yes. Who all got bewildered by Lord's potency?
Brahma, Indra.
Yes.
Okay. Brahma Human Lila.
Indra.
Indra also got bewildered. Yes. Okay. Ram Kishore Bro.
Lord Shiva also in the Mohini Murti pastime.
Mohini Murti. Yeah, by the potency of Yoga Maya. Yeah. And yes. Actually, somebody who directly asked, I want to see your Maya. Who was that? When Lord came in
Narada, I believe.
Markande Rishi, yeah. Markande Rishi.
Yes.
Markande. Yeah? So Markande is one who actually asked, and Lord smiled. Bhagavan bole, Hare, I have come in front of you and you want to see my Maya. What a desire. Na? Bhagavan again then. Okay, then Lord just smiled. And Lord smile is also in the Vishwarup. Lord smile is compared to Maya. He said, oh, you want to see Maya? I have come and then you want to see Maya? Okay, I will show. And then after a few days, how that huge ocean flood comes and how he's swimming in that ocean, and then for years and years together he's there like that. And then suddenly he sees that boy who sucks inside him and the ocean, and he goes and inside he sees this kutir, and he's back in his kutir. And then when he again, vomits him out, and then again he's in the ocean flying, like that. So this was like so bewildering for him. And then back again he was in his ashram. Back. You see. And that's how Lord showed Markande how his Maya is so powerful. So Maya is that which is not. So Muhyanti, many of them got bewildered, even the great sages. So yes, the one of the feature is one who is difficult to be understood even by the learned people. Muhyanti Yat Suraya. Lord's Maya is very, 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 very powerful. We should understand that we are against a very formidable enemy. So we should not underestimate Maya. Even great people, Vidvamsam api karshati, Matra swastra duhitrava, na avipta asano bhavet, Balvam indriyam gramam, Vidvamsam upi karshati. This was the verse where Vyasdeva was speaking to Gemini. And he said that one should not sit close to Matra, mother, Swastra, sister, and Duhitra, his daughter, Balvan Indriyagram, because the senses are very powerful. Vidvamsam upi karshati. Even the learned people can get bewildered. And Gemini said, what? These may be for this low class Shudras. But how can somebody who is a Vidvam, he became bewildered? Woman, like that? Vyasa said, you don't believe in the Shastras? No, but this is okay for somebody who is not Indian, not Vidvam Samapi Karshiti. Oh, Vyasa said, okay, you think yourself Vidvam? So I will, we will see. You know the story, na? How Jaimini was bewildered. Even Jaimini was a disciple of Vyasdev. How many of you know the story? You can raise hand. Then I know that at least you know. Okay, only one hand is up. Others you have not heard how Jaimini was bewildered. Three of you know. Out of 22, very less knows. Okay, I will briefly tell how when Jaimini didn't believe this verse, then Vyasdev said, okay, we'll realize later. And then that night, Jaimini went to his kutir to sleep. And then in the night, there was a knock on his door, suddenly in the middle of the night. And he goes, who is there? And then when he asked, who is there? The sound of a young woman came. That, I am there, I am helpless. It's so much raining outside. Please let me in. He said, no, I cannot let you in. I am here as a brahmachari. I cannot take you here inside. You are a young woman, you go ahead. She says, where can I go? It's raining so heavily, storm is there. I have no other shelter. Please save me, give me shelter. He says, no. But she is again asking, and he feels so, and he knows that there is another kutir, so she can stay there. So then he says, okay, I will give you the key of that kutir. You go and stay there overnight, but in morning, go immediately. This is ashram for all brahmacharis. No woman can stay here. He says, tomorrow morning, immediately I will go. And then he opens the door slightly to give the key. What happens? He only gets the key. Means he sees the beautiful form of that woman in that lightning. Suddenly the lightning strikes that time. And in that lightning, he sees the form of that woman, beautiful woman. And then that is like stunned by that. And she goes, take the key and goes to the other kutir. And she is inside. And now he is not able to sleep. He is remembering her. And he is thinking of her only. He is thinking of her. He is not able to forget. He is not. And then he gets so much agitated that he opens the door, goes to that kutir and knocks on the door and says, please open the door. And she says, who is this? He says, I, Jaimini. But why? What do you want? No, you open. I want to meet. I want to talk. No, I cannot talk. You only said I should not open the door. But now I am only saying open. She is not ready. Then she said, open. Then she opened. And he goes and he says that I am so much attracted to you, I am to marry you. And she says, oh, really? And I am really very fortunate. There's such a great sage, Jaimini, disciple of Vyasdev. I am very fortunate, of course. But okay, we'll marry after some days when I will go to home and then. No, he says, now only we'll marry. I got now, how in the dead of the night, there is no samagri, nothing, yajna and what? He says, no, I will do immediately. And he makes it. There is some yajna and in the kutir only. And she says, but in our tradition, in our culture, there is one tradition that whoever becomes to be husband, he has to, he has to become ghoda. And the wife sits on the back. And then like that, you have to do Sat Pradakshin. Is that okay? He said, anything is okay. Not only Ghoda, I can become Gadha also. So he's ready for anything. And then he becomes like Ghoda and she sits on it. And then they are doing that. And when the seven pradakshinas are over and when she gets down, whom does he see Gemini? When he sees at that woman?
Vyasdev.
With dadi, with long hair, and he says, Haribo. क्या हो गया? मात्रा सहस्रा द्वैद्रावा न अविक्त आसनम भवेद बलवाम इंद्रियम ग्रामम विद्वांसम अपि कर्षति. This is for Vidwan only, this verse, Baba. समझ में आया? He said, yes, now I fully believe in this words. Even the Vidwan can get bewildered. Then what to speak of others? Like that. Anyways, so Muyanti Yat Surya. The Lord's potency is very powerful, Mahamaya potency, and that can bewilder even the greatest and the most talented, the greatest or advanced Pandita, anybody. So we cannot say that I am beyond Maya now. One who says like that, he is Maya. So we should not say that I am beyond Maya. So recently I heard one pastime of His Holiness Gaur Govind Swami. The Samog Leela Prabhu tells that how Maya Devi herself actually once came to meet Maharaj, because Maharaj is like Nitya Siddha. And Maya Devi actually offered obeisances, and she said to Maharaj that you have crossed the stage where actually you are beyond my clutches. I have come here only to seek blessings from you. That's all. Like that, Maharaj says that woman came, she was Maya Devi. Is there. So, but for us, Maya Devi doesn't come like that. Maya Devi will come to kick us. So Muhyanti Yat Surya, that is the fifth characteristic. Then the sixth is Tejo Vari Mridam Yatha Vinimayo Yatra Trisargam Risha. So, one gets, his body is thought to be the made of matter due to illusion, just as one mistakes. Yeah. So this is Vishnu Chakra Thakur. As one is bewildered by the representation of water. Okay, so Prabhupada takes is in that only same point of above, that how one gets bewildered, just like Tejo Vari Mridam Yatha. One is bewildered by seeing water in the fire and land on water. So your experience of seeing water in fire? You have seen water in fire? What is written here? And land on water. Anybody has seen water in fire? No? In the fire they don't see water. What it means is, okay, Yashika, yeah.
Prabhuji, when we use kerosene or petrol, then we can see.
In the summer especially, you see that mirage kind of thing, and from distance you see some waves, right? Yeah, or as you said, in the fire also, in the hot sun, in Marathi they say jhadya, that some waves kind of you see at distance. So that is like waves of water you see in the hot sun, in the fire. So that is water seen in fire. And land on water. Do you see land on water? Yeah, Shobha Lakshmi Mataji.
Quicksand. Quicksand. Quicksand, Prabhuji.
I'm not able to hear properly.
Prabhuji, quicksand.
Quicksand, acha. No. This doesn't refer to that. This refers to, if actually those who travel in the sea and ocean, when you go, you just feel that at distance, island, island. You can see the island, yes, at the far horizon. And when they go near, there is no island. It's like that. So those who are in the water, they know. Island dikh raha hai thoda, we can go and find some shelter there. But when you go, there is no island. There is only water. Those who have traveled in the ship or like that, they experience. So that is land and the water, which is illusory. And this water in fire is also illusory. So it's not there, but it's seen. So similarly, this Muhyanti Yat Surya, means the great people in advance sages, they also get bewildered like this by Lord's illusory potency. This is one. So how many characteristics over?
Six.
How many?
Six.
No, 5, I think.
6, Prabhuji.
6? Okay. See, first is Janma Rasayate, who is cause of creation, maintenance, destruction. Second is, he is the material and efficient cause. Third is Swarat. Fourth is one who revealed knowledge to Brahma. Fifth is the bewildered, Muhyanti Surya. That is, great souls are bewildered, just like the water in the fire or like land on water. 5 are over. Right? So this is the analogy given for that. Muhyanti, how they are bewildered. कैसे bewildered होते हैं उसके लिए वो बताया analogy. It's not separate point. Now 6th is Vinimayo yatra trisargam risha. Vinimayo yatra trisargam risha. So, yeah, Lord Prabhupada is given, only because of him do the material universes temporarily manifested by reaction of the 3 modes appear factual. So these 3 modes of nature, which are the 3 modes? Iska mic on hai. Somebody's mic is on. Whose marks will be cut? Bhaja Hari Prabhu and Charanaravinda Prabhu. दोनों का माइक ऑन है, दोनों का नाम मैंने लिख लिया. Charanaravinda Prabhu, your mic is still on. Okay, 2 marks cut हो गए. Charanaravinda Prabhu, your mic, please mute yourself. अच्छा, is not able to mute. अभी mute हो गए. Please be careful your mics. Vinimayo yatra trisargam risha, only because of him do the material universe temporarily manifest by the reaction of the 3 modes appear factual. So he is again the cause of these 3 modes. The Sattva Guna, Raja Guna and Tamo Guna. So the reaction and action of these 3 modes together, which creates the whole universe, he is the cause of this all 3 modes combining together. So initially when there was Pradhan is just a matter, dead matter. And when the Lord put his glance inside that, the Pradhan got transformed into Mahat, in which there are 3 modes acting, the time acting. And then from that Mahat Tattva, it got transformed into Ahankar. And then Ahankar in the various modes, it gives rise to this 23 elements, mind, intelligence and other things. So initially it was only Pradhan. But by Lord's glance, the time and the 3 modes starts acting and it becomes Mahat Tattva and then Ahankar. So it is one who actually agitates the creation with these 3 modes. That is one of the definition of, the 6th definition of absolute truth, from whom these 3 modes emanate and they combine together to create the whole creation. So Prabhupada gives the example of these 3 modes are compared to the 3 ropes, different mode ropes, just like the golden rope, silver rope, and iron chain. All 3, they are chains. One is iron chain, one is silver chain, one is golden chain. So which chain you will prefer if you are given the choice? Which chain you would like to be bound? No chain? You would like to have golden chain in your neck? Gold chain. No chain. So if there is chain, then you will have no chain. Chain means Hindi wala chain. Is a piece. You lose piece and you have chain. So either golden chain or silver chain or iron chain. They are chain. They are shackles. All three: mode of goodness, passion, ignorance. They are all chains only. So these three combined together by Lord's potency, and they create the whole universe. They create 84 lakh species. Can you imagine? Eh? This 84 lakh species is such a huge number. That is only because of these three modes combining together and creating such a variety. Ultimately, it is what? Three modes. Another example is given of just like the screen, TV screen or the movie screen. You see such varieties of pictures. You see so much emotions. You see so much action. You see so much tragedy. You see so much action in that movie, and you get so much hooked. कैसे 3 घंटे चले जाते हैं when you go to movie theater, पता ही नहीं चलता. You get so much absorbed. But ultimately, what is the screen made up of? Finally, what is the screen made up of?
Colors.
Huh?
Colors. 3 colors.
Oh, colors. Which are they?
Red, blue, green.
Primary colors. Red, blue, and green. RBG. RBG you say, na? Yeah, red, blue, and green. RBG. So if you are shown for 3 hours, these 3 colors. This is red, this is blue, and this is green. See at these 3 colors for 3 hours. You will get bored. अरे कितने देर से देख सकते हैं. But when they combine together and make such a wonderful movie, 3 घंटे कैसे चले गए समझ में भी नहीं आता. Movie. Or nowadays you see at the mobile screen, you see YouTube. 3 घंटे क्या पूरा दिन कैसे चला जाता है वो समझ में नहीं आता है ना? Is it true or not? When you started watching so many things here, this, that, ye, wo, and whole day how it went. My God, whole day. You don't come to know only. And what you are seeing is just the 3 dots, red, blue, green, combining together. So similarly, these 3 modes combining together, goodness, passion, ignorance, it creates such a variety, 84 lakh species. And the soul is entrapped in this 84 lakh species. He likes that. He doesn't want to get out of it. But finally, it's only 3 modes. So 3 modes are so very powerful. So the cause of that is this absolute truth. Vinimayo yatra trisargam risha. And then finally, the 7th. The 7th is dhamna svena sada nirasta kuhakam. Externally existent in the transcendent abode, which is forever free from illusion. So, absolute truth is one who is situated in his own transcendental abode, which is free from all dualities. Dhamna svena sada nirasta kuhakam satyam param dhimahi. The one who is situated in his transcendental abode, which is free from all illusions. So that absolute truth, I meditate upon that absolute truth. So just to explain the absolute truth, he has given these 7 characteristic features of the absolute truth. Vyasdev is saying, I meditate upon this absolute truth. You could have said just I meditate on absolute truth. But absolute truth के लिए adjective कितने हैं? 7 adjectives. So okay, now we'll revise. Which are the 7 characteristics of the absolute truth. So now we have to close the notes. And without seeing the notes, now you have to tell. Only I will see the notes. I will check whether you are telling right up. So one by one, you have to raise hands. And 7, don't message it, because then everybody will come to know in the message. You can raise hand. I will tell. I will ask. So 7 characters, 7 features of the absolute truth. You have to, one by one. You have to, one only you have to tell. Okay. First, Shobha Lakshmi Mataji.
Janmadi Yasya Yatah means who is the cause of creation, maintenance, and destruction.
Okay, fine. Thank you. In short, you have to tell. That's all. First is there. First is what is the he's the cause of Shrishti Sthiti Pralay. God. Generator, operator, destroyer. Yeah. Okay, Ramkishore Guru.
Second, Prabhuji, he is directly and indirectly aware of everything. So that is the second cause.
He is directly and indirectly aware. Or according to Krishna Chakra Thakur, he is the Upadan.
Second is Nimitta, efficient or material cause.
Upadan and Nimitta Karan.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's yeah. Okay. Anvaya Itaras. Second is over. Now third, Sachi Sundari Mataji.
He is Swarat.
Yeah, he is a Swarat. He is fully independent. Okay. 3 are over. Now Anuj Goyal Prabhu.
Mohanti Yat Surya Prabhuji, you told.
No, before that.
Reveal knowledge to Brahmaji.
Tene Brahmaridaya. So he is one who imparted this Vedic knowledge to Brahma. Yes. Then Charanaravinda Prabhu. Charanaravinda Prabhu. Where is he? His hand is up, but he is not up. Where is he? So you are there? Where is he? I am not able to see. Charanaravinda Prabhu.
Prabhuji's video is stuck somehow. Some internet issue, I think.
Okay, fine. Okay, who else has not spoken? Everybody has to speak. Till now only 4 are over. 3 more remaining.
Krishna Muyyanti Yat Surya. Absolutely difficult to understand.
Yes, what?
Absolute truth is difficult to understand. Muyyanti Yat Surya.
Even great people get bewildered by absolute truth. Yeah. 5th. 6th. Who has not spoken? Others also should speak.
Chaya Mataji is raising hand.
Who?
Chaya Mataji.
Yes, Chaya Mataji.
He is the cause of 3 modes. That is passion, goodness, and ignorance.
Yes, he is the cause of these 3 modes. Yeah, very good. Thank you. And then last, 7th. Bhaja Hari Prabhu. Yes, Bhaja Hari Prabhu. You have to unmute and then speak.
Is about his Golok Vrindavan.
Abode is Golok Vrindavan. His abode is transcendental. He is in his transcendental abode, which is free from all the illusions. Yeah, Dhamnam Svena Sada Nirasta Kuhakam Satyam Param Dhimahi. I meditate on this absolute truth. Actually, our Acharya says, Krishna Consciousness Thakur, I think, Satyam Param Dhimahi. Dhimahi doesn't mean just I. We all meditate, it is said. So, actually, Vyasdev is saying that me and all the readers, all the readers are there, we together will meditate on the Supreme Lord. So he is taking us also together with him to meditate on the Supreme Lord. So dhimahi is a verb for bahuvachan, plural. So he is saying that we all meditate on this absolute truth where the 7 features. So this is the definition of the absolute truth. And as I said, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is giving that how this means Krishna's form. How this verse means Krishna's form. After happening, Vasudha went to Nanda Maharaj's house. It's too esoteric. Knowing how to cheat comes and knowing appearance of Vidya Prema, remain there. It is like beyond our understanding. How it means Krishna's form. How it means conjugal rasa. How it means Radha and Krishna together. How it means Bhakti Yoga. So he says Anavayad Itaras means meeting, and Itaras means separation. So this Madhurya Rasa in which there is Anavayad or Itaras, meeting and separation. So this is all you can read if you want from the Subodhini. All 5 explanations are given. Okay. So this is the first verse, which is actually a namaskar, or actually a sambandha. So sambandha, avidya and provision. Or in English we say na, what, how and why. What, how, why. Sambandha, avidya, prayojan. Namaskar, vastu nirdesh, ashirvad. I say 3 verses are divided like that. So any question from the first verse? Is it clear? Somebody has raised hand, I think. Hari Prabhu, yes. You want to ask some question, Hari Prabhu? You can unmute.
Prabhu. No.
No,
I
your
don't
hand
know.
is up.
No, that is not removed.
Hand.
I told you about is situated in Vaikuntha Loka, Golok Vrindavan. At that time it is appeared.
I got Muhyanti, bewildered by your hand raise. Muhyanti at Suraya. So please lower your hand by that zoom, just like you have made your hand like this, now you lower it. Okay. Thank you. Okay, now we'll go to the next verse, second verse. Just a minute. I'm just on this Veda base. Yeah, so you can recite after me. Dharma projita kaitavotra paramo nirmatsaranam satam. You can unmute and speak.
Nirmatsaranam satam.
Vedyam vastavamatra vastu shivadam tapatrayonmulanam.
Vedam vastavamatra vastu shivadam tapatrayonmulanam.
Srimad Bhagavate Mahamuni Krite Kim Va Parerishvara.
Srimad Bhagavate Mahamuni Kim Va Parerishvara.
Satyoridya Varunyate Atrakriti Shushrubhi Satshana.
Satyorudya varunyate krutvihi shrushubhis tatchana.
Okay, now Ram Kishore Prabhu, you can read.
Yes, please. Translation. Completely rejecting all religious activities which are materially motivated, this Bhagavad Puran propounds the highest truth, which is understandable by those devotees who are fully pure in heart. The highest truth is really distinguished from illusion for the welfare of all. Such truth uproots the threefold miseries. This beautiful Bhagavatam compiled by the great sage Vyasadeva in his maturity is sufficient in itself for God realization. What is the need for any other scripture? As soon as one attentively and submissively hears the message of Bhagavatam, by this culture of knowledge, the Supreme Lord is established within the heart. Purport. Religion includes 4 primary subjects, namely pious activities, economic development, satisfaction of the senses, and finally liberation from material bondage. Irreligious life is barbarous condition. Indeed, human life begins when religion begins. Eating, sleeping, fearing, and mating are the 4 principles of animal life. These are common both to animals and to human beings. But religion is the extra function of the human being. Without religion, human life is no better than animal life. Therefore, in human societies, there is some form of religion which aims at self-realization and which makes reference to man's eternal relationship with God. In the lower stages of human civilization, there is always competition to lord it over the material nature, or in other words, there is continuous rivalry to satisfy the senses. Driven by such consciousness, man turns to religion. He thus performs pious activities or religious functions in order to gain something material. But if such material gains are obtainable in other ways, then so-called religion is neglected. This is the situation in modern civilization. Man is thriving economically, so at present he is not very interested in religion. Churches, mosques, or temples are now practically vacant. Men are more interested.
Chaya Deshpande Mataji, your mic is on. Mute. Some sound is coming. Yes.
Okay. Churches, mosques, or temples are now practically vacant. Men are more interested in factories, shops, and cinemas than in religious places which were erected by their forefathers. This practically proves that religion is performed for some economic gains. Economic gains are needed for sense gratification. Often, when one is baffled in the pursuit of sense gratification, he takes to salvation and tries to become one with the Supreme Lord. Consequently, all these stages are simply different types of sense gratification. Should I continue, Prabhuji?
Yes, continue.
In the Vedas, the above mentioned 4 activities are prescribed in the regulative way so that there will not be any undue competition for sense gratification. But Srimad Bhagavatam is transcendental to all these sense gratificatory activities. It is purely transcendental literature which can be understood only by the pure devotees of the Lord who are transcendental to competitive sense gratification. In the material world, there is keen competition between animal and animal, man and man, community and community, nation and nation. But the devotees of the Lord rise above such competitions. They do not compete with the materialist because they are on the path back to Godhead, where life is eternal and blissful. Such transcendentalists are non-envious and pure in heart. In the material world, everyone is envious of everyone else. Therefore, there is competition. But the transcendental devotees of the Lord are not only free from material envy, but are well-wishers to everyone, and they strive to establish a competitionless society with God in the center. The contemporary socialist conception of a competitionless society is artificial because in the socialist state, there is competition for the post of dictator. From the point of view of the Vedas or from the point of view of common human activities, sense gratification is the basis of material life. There are 3 paths mentioned in the Vedas. One involves fruitive activities to gain promotion to better planets. Another involves worshipping different demigods for promotion to the planets of the demigods, and another involves realizing the absolute truth and his impersonal feature and becoming one with him. The impersonal.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So now this second verse deals with the Abhideya, the process. First is Sambandha. Sambandha with whom? Krishna, absolute truth. And then how that Sambandha can be established? Through Srimad Bhagavatam, that is Abhideya. By hearing, give attentive attention we give to Srimad Bhagavatam. That is the process by which the Krishna, that Sambandha we can develop. Abhideya. And then the prayojan is we achieve taste, we achieve bliss, we relish devotional service when we follow. That is actually the third verse. That is the prayojan. So that is what is the relationship? What? First, that is sambandha. And then how? What, how, and why? How is now how to develop that sambandha? By giving attentive audience to Srimad Bhagavatam. That is the glory of Srimad Bhagavatam. So Srimad Bhagavatam is the process, is the abhideya. So what is said here about Bhagavatam? So in this Bhagavatam, what is the glory of Bhagavatam? Again, 7 points are there. Just like in the first verse, there are 7 features of the absolute truth. Similarly, there are 7 glories of Srimad Bhagavatam. So this Srimad Bhagavatam, atra is repeated 3 times here in the Srimad Bhagavatam. What is said? What is said? Is first is dharma prochita kaitavo, means all the cheating religions are kicked out, which are there described elsewhere in the Shastras. So all the cheating religions, this dharma, artha, kam, and moksha. So these are kicked out. Only Bhagavatam gives prema pumarto maham. That is pancham purushartha. So that's why, as it said, that how the Gita, where it ends, Bhagavatam starts. So that is how. Because the word order, what is the last verse? Almost last verse of Bhagavad Gita is Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam shram. That is, give up all kinds of religions and just surrender unto me. So there also Krishna is saying, give up all other religions, just surrender unto me. And Bhagavatam starts with again same thing. Give up any other religions and just this religion, which is Prem Pumar, Pancham Purusharth. That is Krishna Prem. That is the only religion we follow. Saye Pumsa Parodharma, To Bhaktir Adokshaje, Ahetukiya Pratyata, Ye Atma Suprasiddhati. Only that devotional service which is unmotivated and uninterrupted can satisfy the soul, and that is the only religion Bhagavatam accepts, and it kicks all religion, all other religions. And then the end, Bhagavatam ends with Nama Sankirtanam Yasya Sarva Papa Pranashinam Pranamo Dukkha Shamanas Tam Namami Harim Param. Ends with the glory of holy name. Begins with kicking out all other religions and ends with glory of holy name. And then Chaitanya Charitamrita starts with the holy name and ends with Shikshashtaka. It's like that. So that's why Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, and CC. It is said that Bhagavad Gita is the identity of the Lord, Bhagavatam is the activity of the Lord, and Chaitanya Charitamrita is the mentality of the Lord. Lord, thought, consciousness, what is to be offered to the Lord. That is the Chaitanya Charitamrita. So, this begins where Bhagavad Gita ends, kicking out all religions. So some people, they say, how can Lord say that give up religion, give up dharma? Dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. For establishing dharma, Lord comes again and again. And here Lord is saying that give up religion. Sarva dharman parityaja or dharma prochita kaita. So some people cannot understand actually. So some people, they misinterpret Sarva Dharman Parityaj. And what they say? They say, Lord is not saying Sarva Dharman Parityaj. The Lord is saying, Sarva Adharman Parityaj Mamekam Sharanam Vraja. So they say, अरे सब अधर्म छोड़ने के लिए बोला है, धर्म छोड़ने के लिए नहीं बोला है. That is adharma. That's how they misinterpret. Because for them, that how can Lord say give up dharma? But they don't know there are various types of dharma and there are these lower dharmas, which Lord is asking to reject. Lower dharma. The highest dharma is actually the Bhagavad dharma. The lower dharmas are there, many dharmas. So Bhagavad dharma is the highest, and that is what Lord is saying, you perform this. So this Bhagavatam is not for anybody. Oh. Battery line low. Just a minute, I will get the charger. Prabhu, you are there? Adi Bhagwan Prabhu is also here, I think. BVRV, Pune host. Who is there? Oh, then I am only there. Then just a minute. I will check. Where is the charger? 1 minute. 1 minute. Yeah. Time. Govinda. Yeah. So, so dharma projita kaitavatro. So his Lord is saying to reject which dharma? Lower dharmas. Okay. The Lord is telling to reject lower dharmas, and Lord is saying to accept only Bhagavad dharma, prema pumartum. It is Pancham Purushartha. So we should not get bewildered. So that is Bhagavatam, which rejects all cheating religions. That dharma, artha, kam, moksha. Then Paramo. Paramo is it Bhagavatam propounds the highest truth, that is Pancham Purushartha. Prema pumartha, prem, the religion of love. That is propagated by Srimad Bhagavatam. It is Amal Puran, and the pure. So Vyasdev, who actually compiled, and he was very mature, maturity, state of maturity. That is Srimad Bhagavatam. So first is Bhagavatam, in which all cheating religions are rejected. Second, it only speaks about the highest religion, transcendental religion, that is Bhagavad Dharma. Second. Then third, Nirmatsaranam Satam. So this Bhagavatam is only for those who are pure-hearted, without envy. Nirmatsaranam Satam. This Bhagavatam is meant for one who is non-envious. Even in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna also saying, I am saying, I am giving this knowledge because you are bhakto sime sakha cheti. You are my devotee and you are not envious. That's why I am giving this knowledge. So this Bhagavatam also for those who are nirmatsaranam, one who has no envy. So now we may say that, then but we are all having envy in us. So then it is for us or not? So envy to hai. And we are staying in NVCC also. Then, so whether Bhagavatam is for us or no? Those are in NVCC and those are having also envy. But here is saying Bhagavatam is only for those who have no envy. So should we study Bhagavatam? Initially only we came to know that we are not qualified. Sandeep Prabhu.
Yes, all are qualified, sir. Prabhuji, all are qualified. Everyone is qualified.
Oh, you certified everybody is non-envious, huh?
नहीं नहीं, एनवीएस हो ना हो, क्योंकि ये पतित जीवों के लिए, कलयुग के पतित जो जीव है उनके लिए.
That is okay. That is according to you. But what here the verse is saying? Nirmatsaranam satam. Huh? The verse is saying something else. You are saying something else.
नहीं, अभी let me explain. वो
Okay,
last
okay.
आखिर last sentence says that भगवान अपने हृदय में अवतीर्ण हो जाते हैं, तो हमारे मन में envy नहीं रहेगी.
Achha. Okay, fine. Okay, I got it. I just want to hear from various devotees. Shobha Lakshmi Madari, yes.
By hearing Bhagavatam, gradually we will become non-envious.
Okay, by hearing Bhagavatam will become non-envious. Okay, fine. Anything else? Why should we hear Nirmatsaranam Satam? Those are non-envious. Okay. Yes, Ramkishore Bro.
Prabhuji, we have to hear in surrendered mode, in a receptive manner. So then that purification will happen, even though we are not pure right now, but by following this process, then we'll gradually get pure by submissive hearing.
Yeah, good. Thank you. So once Prabhupada was asked, how many pure devotees are there in your ISKCON? And Prabhupada asked, how many devotees we have in ISKCON? Prabhupada, we have 500 devotees currently. He said, 500 pure devotees are there in ISKCON. 500? All? Yes, all are 500 are pure. Somebody is maybe already pure and somebody is on the path to become pure. Both are pure. So like that, Nirmatsaranam is one who has no envy, or those who are on the path of becoming non-envious. Both are almost same, because only time is separating. Just like somebody, Prabhupada says that somebody is under a shower. So he is dirty, he has got muddy, and he goes under the shower. And when you open the bathroom door and you see he's taking shower, and you say, hey, you are dirty fellow, see all mud is there. He's there, but now he's getting purified. Baba. In 5 minutes you will see he will be fresh. So you cannot, it's only time is separating. So non-envious, Srimad Bhagavatam is meant for those who are non-envious and those who want to become non-envious. So that process is same. So this Srimad Bhagavatam is meant for understandable devotees who are pure in heart, non-envious. Yeah. So that is the third point. The fourth is Vastavam. Vastavam Vastu. Vastavam Vastu is, it actually gives the substance. The real substance which is free from illusion. Vastavam Vastu. Vastavam Vastu means actual substance. We say a substance and shadow. The spiritual world and the material world. Substance and shadow. So like that, it gives the real thing for which we are hankering. It doesn't give something else. It doesn't give shadow. It doesn't give reflection. Bhagavatam gives the substance. Actual substance hai bhai isme. Jo hum dhoond rahe hai, wo substance. If you see in many of the organization and if you go to people, if you talk with them, if you read their books, you'll realize there is no substance only. Substance in it. And you read these books, so-called spiritual books, what is it? Yeah. You should go near to yourself, real self. You should actually go within, dive deep within, and then you will get enlightened, and then you will feel very light, and then you will see the light, and then you will feel the bliss, and you will feel peaceful. The whole book is like that. But how to do, what is actually substance, what I need to do practically, what is benefit, that is not there only. You have seen, you have read some books, some books are like that. God is light, God is love. You have to just connect. Do whatever you want to do, but do with sincere heart. You can do all sinful activities with your sincere heart. Just just be sincere and just open and be honest and express yourself. And these all words they use, but there is no substance in that. There is no process. So Bhagavatam gives substance. It doesn't give anything else. No shadow, no illusion. So Vastam Vastu Shivadam. And by this substance where we gain this, it is very Shivadam, means very pleasing, Mangalmay. It brings auspiciousness. So Vastam Vastu and Shivadam, that is together. It gives the actual substance, and that substance is very auspicious. So this is fourth point. Then fifth is Tapatrayon Moolanam, means it uproots all the miseries, threefold miseries. Adi Daivik, Adi Bhautik, Adi Atmik. All are uprooted by reading Srimad Bhagavatam. You may say, really? But I am doing Bhakti Vaibhava and I am reading Bhagavatam, but still there are miseries. Adi Daivik, Adi Bhautik, Adi Atmik. Then how it is saying that Tapatrayon Moolanam? That it uproots all the miseries in your life when I read Bhagavatam? And you may say, oh, I don't want to do Bhakti Vaibhava. Still my miseries are still there. And it is promising, but I am not getting, give me my money back. You may say tomorrow like that. Money back guarantee. So Bhagavatam mein to likha hai aise, lekin hamara misery to hai aise. So whether Bhagavatam is saying right or not, Tapatrayan Moolanam, does it uproot the threefold miseries in life or no? I am asking. We have now discussed 2 classes. So you have, whether your threefold miseries have gone or still there. Yashika Mata is saying that yes, it's uprooted so quickly. Yesterday's class and today's class, by 2 classes, 3 miseries are gone. Very bold. That is success. But it will take time. I thought it's gone already. It will take time. Okay, Shobha Lakshmi Mataji. Yes.
We will get the correct understanding to face the misery.
Yeah, we'll get understanding to face the miseries. Okay. Ramkishore Bhau.
It will transcend over miseries. Like when we sit in a plane, aeroplane, then we see all buildings and everything. But when we go up and up and up, then the same buildings will see smallest. Like we will not see also. Like
even if they are there,
so consciousness wise, it will not affect.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, the miseries are there, but they will not trouble us. They will not appear miserable. Yes. Literally, the threefold miseries are not going to go out of our life. That doesn't mean Tapatra and Mulan, Bhagavatam, chalo abhi, tino miseries. But we will get strength to face those miseries. Our consciousness will be elevated. Or the example is given just like on a speed breaker. When you drive with a two-wheeler, you get a jerk. When you go with an auto, you get a jerk. When you go with a Maruti 800, you feel a jerk on the speed breaker. When you go with Santro, you will feel some jerk. You go with now Mercedes-Benz, you feel some jerk. So what is the difference between the jerks, the experience of these all different vehicles on the speed breaker? The amount of jerk felt is less and less and less and less and less and less and less. Why? Because the shock absorber capacity is increasing as we go higher from the Luna two-wheeler to the Mercedes, right? So the shock absorber capacity becomes more and more and more and more. So what Bhagavatam does or what Bhakti does is gives us shock absorbing capacity, makes our shock absorbers strong. So when our shock absorber becomes strong, then the misery may be there, speed breaker may be there, but we will not feel so much jerk. As a auto or a Luna or a two-wheeler feels the jerk. You know, you feel such a great jerk. But why Mercedes or a big Volvo goes, you don't feel so much. So as one progresses, Sri Bhagavatam gives that shock absorbing capacity. But the speed breaker will be there. You cannot uproot the speed breaker. You cannot do that. So that is Tapatrayan Mudanam. And then Mahamuni Krite. It is compiled by Vyasadev. Kim Vapararishwar. What is the need of other scripture? And then 7th is Ishvara Sadhyarute Avrudate. The Lord is established within the heart at once by the Srimad Bhagavatam. As soon as when I tend to hear Srimad Bhagavatam. Yeah, so one who hears very attentively, immediately Lord is established. Lord is there already, but we realize the Lord within the heart by hearing submissively Srimad Bhagavatam. Shunutam Sukada Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana Rudayantastu Abhadrani Vidunoti Sudat Satam. Lord from within starts cleaning the heart when we develop taste for Srimad Bhagavatam. So these are the 7 characteristics of Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, so quickly we'll revise the 7 characteristics. We have seen 7 characteristics of absolute truth, 7 characteristics of Bhagavatam also. Yes, quickly then we'll end here. Already we have gone overboard. The 7 features of Srimad Bhagavatam. First, yes, yeah, you can raise the hand. Madan Mohan Prabhu, yes. First is, you have to unmute and speak. Your mic is mute.
Srimad Bhagavatam rejects all the cheating religions.
Cheating religion, dharma, artha, kam, moksha. Yes, thank you. First. Second, Poonam Dusane Mataji.
Bhagavad Puran, as it's a highest truth, so it is understandable by all those devotees who are pure in heart.
That is third. Second is Paramo. It gives the highest religion. It rejects this cheating religion and it gives the highest Prema Kumartvar Bhagavad Dharma. So that is second. And then third is what you said, Nirmatsaranam Satam. It is meant only for the pure souls. Yes. Fourth, Shubha Lakshmi Devi Mataji.
If it gives the substance which is also auspicious.
It gives actual substance for which everybody is hankering, which is very, very auspicious. Yeah, that is fourth. Then Anuj Goel Prabhu. Bhaja Hari Prabhu, please mute your mic. Bhaja Hari Prabhu. Anuj Goel Prabhu, yes.
Taptrayon Mulinam. Remove threefold miseries.
Yeah, or gives us strength to face the threefold miseries. Yeah, that is fifth. And sixth, who has not spoken? Sixth, what is the sixth? Okay, Poonam Dusane Mataji. Yes.
I mean, why there is a need of any another scripture? If Bhagavatam is there, it is self-sufficient to...
Mahamuni Krite. Mahamuni Krite is the 6th character. It is compiled by
the Vyasdev.
Yeah, it has everything. Everything. We need not go to any other scripture. And then 7th, Vishwakirti Prabhu.
Prabhuji gives the realization of the Supreme Lord within my heart.
The Lord is firmly established within the heart by reading Srimad Bhagavatam. These are the 7 characteristics or glories of Srimad Bhagavatam. This is called the Abhideha or the Vastu Nirdesh or the how. Then we'll see tomorrow, not tomorrow, next time, the 3rd verse, which is like the Prayojan. Then what will happen if you read Srimad Bhagavatam? We give attentive audience to Srimad Bhagavatam. Then what will happen? What is the Prayojan? Why? Why should I do that? What, how, why? That we'll see next class. Okay, sorry. Today I had another class in Uttam Nagar and I got a little late from there. But then next time we'll start on time, 2:30. Okay.
Thank you.
So, thank you
So
so
Prabhuji,
much.
it will be 2:30 next week. 2:30.
Yeah. we'll have.
Prabhuji, can I ask one question next time?
Next time. Okay, yeah. Next time before the class. Who is asking? Name?
Yeah, Shiva.
Okay, Mataji. Yeah. Next time you remind me, in the beginning only you can ask. Okay. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare
Hare Krishna.